the trip starts at a place called Woody's Fairly Reliable Guide Service.
Fairly reliable. Over 90% of our customers make it back to dock safely, right? Yeah. The record you can take to the bank. All right, yeah.
This right here is Barry Woods. You see, he owns a resort, the Guide Service, and this here little pub on the shore of Rainy Lake. Me and my buddies Red Akins and Dallas Davison are joining about 20 other people on a 2-day remote ice fishing expedition. There's folks here from Arkansas, Georgia, and even Texas, all wanting to experience life on the ice.
It's awesome. It's just awesome to see people have a good time and to really get the experience, the total experience. Catching the fish, the scenery, going on the snow machine.
Hey, Mike, Rainy Lake is just an awesome, we're going to have such a wonderful time out there. It's 220,000 acres of God's country. Mike, we're located right here in Rainier, Minnesota on the west end of Sand Bay. We're going to migrate down here to Voyageurs National Park, which is Minnesota's only national park. It's such a beautiful area that the state wanted to make this their showcase to the country.
I'm just going to either follow you or ride with you because I'll be lost as last year's Easter egg out there, and I hope you got a GPS. I'm sure old Woody, you got it right there in your head, though. I think a lot of people, you know, sit at home and they get in their comfort zone of what they like to do. And for me, having a chance to take on different adventures, to do different things, to learn, and it was just going to be an adventure. And I think that's what America's all about, is having the chance to go out there and experience new things from the south all the way up here to the north. And so I was excited. I knew it'd be a lot of fun. Getting an operation like this underway, it takes a skilled planner. In addition to 15 clients, there's 5 guides, 10 snowmobiles, portable ice houses, augers, bait, food, gas. Hey, Woody's got his hands full this morning. Hey, you'd never know it, but somewhere buried underneath those clothes is country singer Red Akins, and I am packaged just the same. I got just as many clothes on as these boys do. One thing I knew for sure is it was going to be really, really cold and probably out of my comfort zone when it comes to cold weather, but I knew it'd be a fun adventure. Even though the temperature was minus 24, Rhett and I never even knew it during our 24-mile ride to Voyageurs National Park and our first fishing hole. The bottom line is it's all about preparation and having the right gear. If you got the right clothing, good thing about being up here with Woody, he's got all the necessities that you would need. Anything that you might need out there on that ice is there for you.
Hey, we here, Woody. It's on. Where's the damn jukebox at? Where's the jukebox? Yeah, I can moonwalk him. Whoa.
Looks like we're on the moon, ain't it?
It's unbelievable, man. I never felt it. I'll tell you what, this ain't Georgia anymore. I think, was it when we crossed that first little levee, was that the Mason-Dixon line?
Hey, well, right away, we put our country music superstar to work, and we had Red Akins out there drilling holes in the ice. And in the meantime, Woody and I got tucked in our little clamshell tent right here, fired up the heater, and in no time, I was hard water fishing.
Working that fish for 5 minutes.
Dallas Davison, now he was next door with Nick Chido from Gander Mountain.
Just the thought of walking on a lake underneath, we're at 35 foot of water here, it just freaks me out. I can't help it.
And Red Akins got a line in the water too, but I'm not sure he had much feeling in his delicate guitar picking fingers. He got him some sonar reading tips from guide Bill Landmark.
You know, for them, it's like taking an exotic trip within the lower 48. You know, they can do something wildly different than anything they've ever done.
Come on, you jerky fish.
Hey, another thing I found amazing about this ice fishing is these ice fishermen have to rely on these flashers. To me, it looked like we was out there playing video games instead of fishing.
I can see him on the Vexler.
I see him too. This is another thing that blows my mind. You get to sit here and watch him come hit your bait.
Yeah.
What's that thing called?
It's called a Vexler. It's a flasher.
But most of these marks were just fish sitting there tormenting us, staring at our baits.
They're
How about that?
Mike?
First fish for us for the day, huh?
Yeah, well, first one this hour.
Look, I got a big one right here. I got a mark right here.
Yes, he does. He's got a nice mark right there. These fish are starting to come in. I think we're going to end up cleaning up.
Now, this being my first attempt at a fishing show, unlike old Al Linda or Jimmy Houston or Hank Parker and those guys, we can dispense all of that fish catching nonsense in about 2 minutes. And it ain't that we didn't catch any fish, but we were on the ice from sun up to sundown for the better part of 2 days. And let's just say that the action was not what I call fast.
I was getting frustrated, not at Woody or any of the guys, because we was all out there trying. We was getting marks and the fish just wasn't biting, but it made it important when we did get a little bite to set that hook if we was gonna eat, especially a good old shore lunch.
Go for it.
You screwed it up, Dallas.
I tell you what, you can always learn something. I learned from Mike, don't just watch these fish not bite. Take a nap.
That's right.
There were, however, some good moments, though. After a long fight, old Rhett lost a hog walleye right up under the ice.
Come on. Dang it. My first fish, man.
Dallas, the Georgia Hammer Davison, pounded several hammer handles.
There's a northern pike there, Dallas.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right there, man. That's a great eating fish. Don't mouth it, though. She's got sharp teeth.
Yeah, baby.
And a few folks in our group put the smack down on a few wall hangers.
Hey! That's what I'm wanting to talk about right there now.
Thank goodness Nick Chido was there, because he was filling the bucket with shore lunch fillets. And me, well, I mean, I don't want to brag, but I caught what is believed to be the largest walleye on record for these parts.
Big Daddy, ain't it?
Time's getting hard. It's about the lunch wagon just pulled up, wanting to know how many fish we got. And we didn't have much news to tell them.
I was so proud of it, I had to show them off to everybody.
I don't think anybody realized what ice fisherman I was. Got one thing to say.
Hey!
Where'd that come from?
Well, overall, though, the fishing didn't get in the way of all the real fun. And when we return, we'll show you what really goes on in them little blue tents on the ice. When I'm around these country singers like Red Akins, I'm always amazed by the gift of music that just pours out of them so easily.
Put on your red shoes and dance the blues. Let's dance.
Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna let you go.
They had that slow one. Do that to me one more time.
They had one fast
I can never get enough.
Now, you got to understand, this is day 2 of the frozen tundra. And between Rhett and me, we've caught one fish through the ice.
Remember that? They were the band you just didn't want to tell
Didn't
anybody you
want to tell anybody
like
but-
Air Supply.
Yeah. Chicken chin.
Take a chance.
I love the way
take
that
a chance. Take a chance. Take a chance. Take a chance. Take a chance on me. Take a chance. Take a
Chicken
chance.
chin, chicken chin.
That was underneath us. I just wanna be your everything.
Dude, is that a school of fish? What is that?
You and I been up beneath.
We were sitting out there basically from daylight to dark, just a group of buddies laughing, cutting up and catching up. And every once in a while we'd get a mark and we'd catch a fish. And for me, that was just nice to unwind and relax.
Other folks continued smacking some dandies.
Getting my string stretched here.
There's a little walleye there, Dallas.
My first walleye.
That's a Minnesota State fish there.
All right.
Yeah,
He ain't big, but he's cool.
yeah.
Rhett and I were a lot more interested in perfecting our Vegas act.
What's that?
Well, I love Hank Williams and I love Frank Sinatra. So I came up with this character called Hank Sinatra. If you want to sing I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry, it'd be like, did you hear that lonesome whippoorwill?
Hey.
Well, he sounds too blue to fly. That moon That moon just went behind the cloud. I'm so lonesome, I could cry.
There it is.
That's Frank singing Hank, and then if you want to reverse it, you know, then you got Frank Williams Jr. And it'd be like, start spreading the news. I want to be a part of it. New York, LA.
Ah, and everybody thinks you got to catch a fish out here on the ice and have fun. Somehow, Woody managed to get a big old kitchen out there, and we had ourselves a gourmet shore lunch. There's no lack of things to do while ice fishing.
I don't know. This is a feel-good place, and it's a fun thing. You know, when you're in this kind of business, it isn't the money. I'll tell you that it isn't the money. It's you got to have a good time. And I guess the payback is when you see these customers, these young people and old people, when the smile's on their face. I mean, it's just fun. When you're transmitting fun and you get it, you always get more than you give. I'll tell you that right now. It's just, that's the way it is.
We moved several times.
Rainy Lake lends itself to mobile fishing, and that's why we use these big machines with the wide tracks and the long tracks, the workhorses, the utility machines. Rainy Lake is a portable paradise, and you know, these portable fish houses are the way to go. I mean, there's so much to explore.
I'm impressed with the culture up here and just the strategy. I'll be honest, I thought 90% ice fishing was just about a big social gathering, which it is a huge part of it. But I can tell you right now, these Yanks up here are serious about putting fish in these huts.
There we go. There it is.
That's good Michael Jackson slow.
Wow. Nice job, Dan.
Thanks a lot, Woody.
That's super. We're out here freezing our
Perzonkas.
off.
Yeah.
Good word.
Yeah, well, forage minnow, simple as that. Jiggy with it, and pretty much, I mean, you know what? I hope we got enough tape in that camera there, eh? Because we're going to roll the heads off.
We're going to walk.
Don't change the dial. Get you a little hot cup of coffee. It's going to be happening. Closed captioning provided by 10 Point Crossbows, the mark of perfection.
Well, the grass grows greener down south, and the tea is sweeter down south.
They're not afraid to jump out there and grab a guitar and sit down and pick and play.
Well, they got Woody's Pub up north. It's a damn good club up north.
They were tearing it up, man. They were tearing it up in the pub, and the people just loved it.
That ain't my shadow on the wall. Lord, this don't look good at all. 'Cause that's my girl, my whole world. That ain't my truck. I pulled over by the curb.
Everybody's got a little different accent, but in the end of the day, we're all the same people. We enjoy the outdoor tradition, and that's what living outdoors is about. And to see Rhett and them just sit up there and play and sing, I mean, that was the funnest part.
You can't pee and you gotta be quiet. But she was bound, she was determined, so I took her down.
You know, if they enjoyed it, and they've been around the world, if they enjoyed it, it's a good time.
I'm holding her hand, even when it's cold. She's still hot, my baby looks good in camouflage. Yeah.
Gander Mountains, We Live Outdoors with Michael Waddell is brought to you by